Hello, my name is Angel Soliveris, and I would like to welcome you to Making a Connection in Lancaster. Today we have another special guest. Tim Patches is the exalted ruler of the Lancaster Elks Lodge 134. Welcome to Making a Connection in Lancaster, Tim.
Thank you, Angel.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
We would like to discuss the Lancaster Elks and some of the programs that you guys have over there for the Lancaster County area. But before we do that, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what exactly is an exalted ruler? What does that mean?
The exalted ruler of Lancaster or any Elks Lodge is considered the president, but they decided what they wanted to do is have a special title. It's just saying the president of Lancaster Elks. We are the exalted ruler, and all the officers have different titles behind them too.
Okay.
As for me, I have a property management firm and real estate firm, Trinity Management Associates on West Chestnut Street. Okay. So that's what I do for a living. Okay. And then my second job is exalted ruler of Lancaster Elks.
So in other words, you wear at least 20 hats in that place? At
least 20, yes, okay. Correct.
So tell us a little bit about the Lancaster Elks and what type of organization is this?
Well, the Lancaster Elks were called the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks. And what we do is we are into charities, youth, and veterans troops. So we raise a lot of money and we support a lot of people in various activities that we have. To be an elk, you have to be an American citizen, age 21 or over. You can't belong to a subversive group is what we call it. Mm-hmm. And basically that's all you need to do.
Okay, so, and you guys are involved in different types of community projects. What are some of the projects, for instance, that you give us an example of?
Sure.
That has been involved with?
There are a few groups that we're involved with. Mainly the one that we are in conjunction is Latino Visions Association, and we have really started partnering to do a lot there. We had a very successful underprivileged children's party at the Elks, mm-hmm. and again, with the help of Latino Vision and the Elks, we were able to, somewhere around 126 children were able to get some kind of gifts and had a good time, a good show, mm-hmm. And they definitely enjoyed themselves. So that's one of our community outreaches is Latino Visions, which I'm glad that both of us are on that board.
Right, right.
And I feel that we do a lot between Latino Visions and their mentoring program and the Elks with all their youth activities programs. We're making a difference in Lancaster County. Okay, great.
And each year you guys have a foundation that provides, what, some $3.6 million for scholarships. Tell us a little bit about that, how that works.
The Elks is the second largest giver of scholarships in the United States behind the federal government.
Really? Wow.
So while we do give a lot to Elks members, the senior in high schools, we also give out to those who are not non-members. Okay. I believe, if I have it right, we give out one $80,000 scholarship a year. I think it's two 60s and two 40s, and then it drops off from there. So you don't need to be a member of the Elks to apply for the scholarship programs. Okay. But what you need to do is make sure you get it done early.
Right.
And it's only, of course, the seniors in high school. And any questions that you would have on that, contact the Lancaster Elks at 397-7704. Mm-hmm. And we'll be more than happy to give you whatever information you need.
Great. Well, you answered my question, which you don't have to be a member or the youth, the members' youth to be able to apply for this. It could be open to the public and so forth.
Absolutely, and it is open to the public. Yes.
Okay. Great. And you guys have also another program called Hoop Shoots. Tell us a little bit about that program. How does that work?
Well, we started many years ago what's called the Hoop Shoot, where ages 8 to 13 boys and girls shoot foul shots. Mm-hmm. You do a total of 25 of them, And of course, whoever sinks the most advances. So you start with the local lodge, and then you move up to the district where there are 12 lodges there and compete against them. Then you go to states, regionals, and up to nationals.
Okay.
We have somewhere over, I think it was over 2.5 million children participated this year.
Wow.
They announced the winners of the National Hoop Shoot. Normally, I believe it's the 4th game of the NBA Finals.
Okay.
And the children all win, of course, scholarship opportunities for scholarship. They get a big trophy. But the coolest thing, I think, is they have their name enshrined in the NBA Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Up at Springfield, Massachusetts. So anytime you would go visit the NBA Hall of Fame, as far as I know, we're the only organization that any of the pro sports has that we have a specific room just for the hoop shoot winners.
Okay. Well, how do local youth get this information? Because, I mean, that's the first time I hear about it. I'm involved with a lot of youth groups through the schools and stuff, and never heard about it.
We go out to the schools, and I've done it the last 3 years, dropping off information. We advertise it in the newspaper.
Okay.
It's on our website.
Okay.
And we try to get it to everybody that we possibly can.
Okay. Well, we're definitely going to partner up with that one. I think I'm going to run with that one with some of the kids. Also, the other program that I'd like to talk about is the, because in between this show here, I also work in the schools as a drug and alcohol prevention specialist, and I also teach life skills training. So you have a program called Drug Awareness that really caught my attention. Tell us a little bit about that program.
Well, what we do with that is we try to get as much literature out at various functions that we can. And we have a trailer that we all have nicknamed the Drugmobile because that's where all the pamphlets are kept. So we have opportunities when available. We go out with the drug trailer, open it up, and we go outside and we hand out all kinds of paraphernalia, all kinds of pamphlets, things of that nature, to explain to children, hey, be careful, don't fall in the trap of drugs. So there's all kinds of things available. It goes into all the various illegal and legal drugs and what it can do to you. And we just want to make sure that the kids understand, don't do it.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Absolutely. It's a proven fact that prevention really works. And if you don't start a bad habit, it won't be hard to quit one. So I think we're in agreement with that one.
Yes.
Tim, the also sponsors other youth activities like the soccer shot and the Antler program. What exactly are those programs?
Okay, the soccer shoot is similar to the hoop shoot where we set up nets and children from the age of 8 to 13 try to kick the ball into various point sections. So in the corners you could have 5 points, and in the middle you have 4 or 3 points, and the low ones are 1 and 2. So you're given, I believe it's again 25 opportunities to kick, and then your scores are added up, and whoever wins that moves on to the district and regional, et cetera, so that they can, again, with the same mentality as the hoop shoot, win trophies, win scholarships, things of that nature. Okay. That's open to any child between the age of 8 and 13, male and female.
Okay, yeah, that's another wonderful program, and obviously it's the key to keeping a lot of kids out of trouble is to keep them busy, have different activities and stuff, and I applaud you guys for recognizing that and for running with that. Another thing that I wanted to ask you about was the community investment program you guys have. Do you remember that one? What you guys are doing with that?
Mainly with the community investment falls, if I remember that, deals with the National Foundation. What we are able to do is we try to raise money, and then we are able to get a grant from Grand Lodge. All right. I think the top dollar is $10,000, and then we reinvest that back into the community.
Okay.
We've just started really looking into that, and it's a lot of lodges haven't done that on the basis that it is very time consuming. It's almost like writing a grant.
Yeah.
So we finally have a couple of people in place that are starting to do this, and what we would end up sitting down is doing a project. There's been a lot of it kicked around whether we would get involved with one of the playgrounds and maintain that, fix that up.
Right.
It's set up that we can give back to our community. So that's one of the examples that's being discussed. I know that as of right now, it is being written up and it is being sent out to Grand Lodge, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that they would choose us, and then we can put that back into the community.
Great, great. Okay, and the other thing that caught my interest was the Veterans Service Commission has patriotically served the Elks, and they do things for the different servicemen and women who have served. What types of things do you guys do for them?
Oh, wow. There's so many programs that we have available for vets and the troops.
Just name a few that you think the public would be interested in hearing about that they might not know about.
Well, sure. I'd be more than happy to do that. We do things such as go up to Lebanon VA and do bingo. All right. We also invite our homeless vets at Christmas time along with the Lebanon VA vets, and we hold a big dinner for them, and we give out some small gifts to them, things that we think they need. We've sent candy overseas to Afghanistan and Iraq. We have what we call Adopt a Vet, where we have one right now that we have in a home in Virginia. So we send him cards and whatever else he would need, let him know that we're behind. And then we're looking at doing the same thing here in Lancaster. So we're looking at finding a vet that's down on his or her hard times and try to help them out. One of the things that people don't understand is during World War I, when we entered the war, the Elks went to France and talked to the ambassador from France and the United States, saying that they would like to build hospitals. Okay. We built 5 hospitals on the killing fields of France. There was no government money given. It was all through donation of the Elks. They've estimated 3, 4, 5 million people went through those hospitals. So we not only helped our service people and the Allies, but also the Germans that came through and the civilians came into those hospitals. So we are heavy into our vets and we're heavy into patriotism.
Exactly. Yeah, you do a great job in the community because I've seen it firsthand. Tell us a little bit more about the Elks and some of the colorful history.
Some kind of handicap.
Be more than happy to. The Elks was founded in 1868 by employed and unemployed Shakespearean actors. And what they did was they wanted to help each other while some weren't working, that they could work on their trade of being Shakespearean, while the other ones that were working would help them by paying part of their meals, helping their families out, things of that nature. So what happened was, as they were getting together and they were doing those things, they realized that, well, instead of just getting together on a Sunday night and practicing, maybe there's other things that they could do. And they started seeing outside of their own little tight community, they started seeing all the problems. And of course, in 1860s and 70s New York City, there were a lot of problems. A lot of people were on hard times. A lot of people were without food for days, or they'd be eating all kinds of food that we wouldn't even look at eating today. So they decided, we have to do more than just take care of ourselves. We're going to start an outreach program. And one of the big things that happened was one of their inner members died, left 4 children and a widow. So what they came
she
back
makes
and
a
said
phone
is,
call
we have
to
to
the
help
gas
these
company,
people
and of course,
because she
all
has
you
no
know,
no
trying to
employment,
gas
she has
company
no
on Sunday to
income,
get turned
and
on
here
to
she's
take
got
the phone
4 young mouths to feed. So they started
called
coming up
within
with
an hour.
programs where they could come out
She
and start helping people like this.
Contacted
So as that started
the
to
electric
evolve,
company
they
and
started
let them know
realizing
that, hey,
that
we
they
will
could be
help
such a
her
powerful
and cover her
influence
bills
in
through
New
the
York
winter
City, and they could
The
start
building
taking
didn't
some
have
of their
going out,
monies
so the children didn't have
and
to
get
be
together
carried
and
off the
start
porch.
reaching out.
They were able
And
to
that's
wheel
when
themselves
they
down.
decided to change their names from the Jolly
Kept in contact
Corks
with her to make sure she was doing well.
to
Make
the
sure
Elks.
She had food. These are the things
And there was
that our
a
home
nice little,
services and our visiting nurses
they weren't
do.
sure if they wanted to be
And
Buffalo or they
I
weren't
feel
sure if they
this
wanted to
is
be
just
Elks,
an
and they came up with
incredible
Elks
outreach
because
for not
they
just
just
the
thought
Elks,
that
but
that
the
animal
community.
is so
These are things that we
magnificent
do,
out in
Angel.
the
Yeah,
woods.
great. And
Very
I'm
tall,
glad that
very,
you get the
very
opportunity
beautiful
to let the community
animal.
know of those things, because most people
Strong
don't know
and
that
yet
you
timid.
guys
So they
engage in
decided
that type of
we
help.
can make this all happen.
Thank you again, Tim. Thanks for being
and
here
let's
today.
become the
I
Elks.
appreciate
Let's
you coming on to
open
the
up
show
our
and helping us to make
organization.
the
Let's start
connection.
inviting more
I would
people
also like to
in.
thank our
And the
viewers
bottom
today
line
for
always has
watching,
been, you have to be an
and,
American
please stay
citizen. You
tuned
have to
because
be
we
over
have
the
some
age
more
of
interesting
21.
topics in the weeks ahead.
And you can't
Thank you very
belong
much and have a
to a
great day.
group that would be looking at overthrowing the government. So that's when it started branching out, and they started giving out charter memberships out to various places. We are 134 in that list. Our articles of incorporation is we've been around since 1889.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yes, very long time. We've been in our building, I believe, since 1902, if I remember correctly. We picked up the building down on 219 North Duke Street.
Yeah, you need to tell us about that building. It's very interesting. It's got a history of its own.
Oh, yes, it does. Yeah, big, beautiful, gorgeous building.
What was it before it became the Elks?
If I have all my information correct, it was known as the Landis property. The Landis family lived in there for many years. The Elks went and purchased the building and then added on to it in the 20s and 30s. And we have a building that has a lot of history to it. And also seems that we have visitors from another world that comes in there. There's times that I've been told about the young lady that walks through with some children dressed in the 1800th century clothing, and we're going, who?
Yeah, I've heard that it's been haunted, but
Yes, there is a lot of activity. So, bottom line ends up being that just adds to the color of the building. But we have an absolutely gorgeous building there. Very large, very expensive, but I wouldn't trade that building for anything.
excellent. What other initiatives do you see the Elks undertaking in the near future?
Well, I wouldn't say in the near future right now. There is one program I really like to discuss, and it's called our home services. We have visiting nurses that go out in the community. We have one here for Lancaster City and parts of Lancaster County. You do not need to be an Elk to receive these services. But if you know somebody that may be somewhat disabled, especially children that have some kind of handicap, please contact us at 397-7704. This program has been in effect for many, many years. I will tell you that most of the people that are visiting nurses in Pennsylvania visit, maybe 1% of them are Elks. Most of them are not. But again, this is where we come back and we reach out to our community. There's no cost to you, but you need to contact us, and we'll be more than happy to get you in contact with our visiting nurse, Debbie, and she will come out there to make sure that everything is taken care of. The one story I always like to tell about this is there was a woman in Harrisburg we got a phone call when our visiting nurse up in Harrisburg got a phone call on a Sunday. Evidently, the gas got shut off, and the electric was just about ready to be shut off. She had 6 children. 3 were in wheelchairs. The husband was picked up for, however many times and was incarcerated. So our visiting nurse went out there, saw the conditions of everything, saw that there was hardly any food in there, no electric, no heat, the electric's being shut off. So she makes a phone call to the gas company, and of course, all of you know, trying to call the gas company on a Sunday to get it turned on is very difficult. She called within an hour, UGI turned on the gas. We contacted the electric company and let them know that, hey, we will help her and cover her bill through the winter time. We built a handicap ramp so that the children didn't have to be carried off the porch. They were able to wheel themselves down. Kept in contact with her to make sure she was doing well, make sure she had food. These are the things that our home services and our visiting nurses do. And I feel this is just an incredible outreach for not just the Elks, but to help our community. So these are things that we do, Angel.
Yeah, great. And I'm glad that you get the opportunity to let the community know of those things, because most people don't know that you guys engage in that type of help. But thank you again, Tim. Thanks for being here today. I appreciate you coming on to the show and helping us to make the connection. I would also like to thank our viewers today for watching, and to please stay tuned, because we have some more interesting topics in the weeks ahead. Thank you very much and have a great day.